Hiawatha Bray here, reminding you that it's been almost a month now since we heard about Heartbleed, that fascinating little internet bug that could have exposed the passwords and personal information of millions of people. At the time I told you that you needed to wait until companies fix their servers and then start changing your passwords. Well, they've had time to fix them. And in fact, you can go online and find lists of servers that have definitely been repaired. But have you changed your passwords yet? You really ought to start doing that, and you ought to start using better quality passwords. Now personally, I'm lousy at coming up with good passwords, but that makes me really normal. I really am not very good at passwords that are full of complex symbols and upper and lowercase letters and all that stuff. Anybody can generate them, nobody can remember them. That's why I use a little program called LastPass that I can put on my desktop computer or on my smartphones to keep track of it all. Let me show you here the password generator in LastPass. This is a little feature that allows you to instantly create passwords of just about any length with incredibly gnarly complexity. Now there is obviously no way on the planet Earth that you will ever remember a password like this. Now, that's not a problem. Once you've created this password and decided to use it, LastPass will remember it for you. If you're not sure about storing your passwords online, there are also alternative services that will allow you to store your password on, for example, a USB key and carry these things around with you in encrypted form. The only password you have to remember is the one that does the decryption, whether on the thumb drive or the app for a product like LastPass. There are a bunch of products like this on the market. Others are known as Dashlane, or RoboForm is another one that's been around for a while. I just happen to use LastPass. It costs $12 a year and it really works. I've changed my LastPass password, as well as the passwords for all my really sensitive stuff like bank accounts and credit card accounts. You might consider doing similar triage as you decide what to do with your passwords. Obviously, you want to change the passwords for banking and credit card sites and pick the hardest passwords you can. On the other hand, if you've got a password to a video gaming site where you don't have any really critical information, you probably ought to change that too, but there's no real hurry about it. There's a lot of work going on new technologies that might one day take the place of the traditional password. People are working on systems that would allow you to simply look at a computer and have it recognize you, or a system that could recognize your voice, or of course your fingerprint. But even if fingerprint and other technologies come along, the good old-fashioned password is never going to completely go away. What happens if the fingerprint scanner doesn't work, or you have to log into a machine that doesn't even have one? You're going to need some other way to get in, and that means you're going to need a password, and that means you better learn how to do them right. From the Tech Lab, this is Hiawatha Bray.